All right, and we are now recording, and hopefully it's picking us up later. But I'll figure out how good it sounds when I edit it later. Whatever. Hello, everybody. This is Professional Nerds, where silly shit is serious business. And this is kind of our session zero, or our wow, you can tell I play D&D a lot. Session zero. This is our episode zero, where we introduce who we are and talk about what we're all about. So I'll go first. I'm Ryan. Dr. Ryan, if you prefer, if you want to be nasty about it. I have a background in comics and nerd stuff. I'm the academic on the team here. The one who actually gets paid to do this shit full time, which is lovely.
Hate you.
Yes, that's entirely the appropriate response. I would hate me too. 10 years ago, I would hate my guts. But yeah, So as an undergrad, I studied East Asian studies and religious studies, and I got into that because of Dynasty Warriors. So I found out I loved the game.
And who introduced you to Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah, I forgot about that. It was you
Yes, sir.
in our fencing club. We started playing Dynasty Warriors. I loved that. Found out it was based on a novel and actual history. And then when I got to college, I was like, I could do Chinese. I'm going to do Chinese. And that just became a thing. And then I found out I couldn't make money with that. So I got a master's degree instead in that. And then I also found out there was no money there. So I started teaching, and it sucked. High school is hell. Don't go there. Legally, I think you have to.
Stay in school, but high school is hell.
Yeah, stay in school.
Be prepared.
Push through. You can make it to the other side. College is much, much better. You can actually study fun stuff and have friends. It's lovely. So yeah, I taught high school. It sucked. Taught English there because I convinced him that I do Chinese literature, but it's the same thing. I just do it in another language. Same skill set, which is accurate. Also, there's my dog making noise in the background that might be heard. So, so I went back to school, got my PhD in humanities and literature, with a field focus of pop literature, which is a fancy way of saying I study comic books. So I do comics, cartoons, anime, manga. I've always been into superheroes, but I didn't actually get into comics until I was in high school. When I started reading them again going to Barnes & Noble and reading them for free, and Borders back when it existed, because we're old.
Oh, man.
I loved Borders. It was great.
Yeah, Borders.
I remember Borders.
Yeah. But I do anime, manga, cartoons, superheroes, comic books. I also dabble a little in pulps and sci-fi and horror and some other stuff. But yeah, I like to say I'm a professional nerd. I get paid to just go to school and nerd out for 3 hours and then sit in my office for an hour and then come home and read comics all day and call it research. I love my life, and I'm just being the subject of glares from the other two. And again, entirely just. I don't blame anybody here. I also have a master's degree in English because I lived in the Midwest for a while, and there was fuck all else to do in town, so I joined a very expensive book club. But yeah, that's me, and I'll be bringing kind of an academic focus to all this because, well, that's what I'm trained to do. So yeah, how about you, Van?
So I'm Van. I originally started going to school for biology. Switched to marketing because everybody's selling something. I have a work history of customer service. You'll kind of see my hatred of people come out. I did that for 8 to 10 years, and now I'm in data analysis, which I'm really only pointing out just so people think that I'm actually intelligent, because you're also going to hear me ask a lot of stupid questions. Because that's my role.
Yeah,
I'm
Van,
to ask questions.
We play D&D together, and Van's main thing is chaotic stupid. It's fun. It's always a laugh, but yeah, it's understandable to want to turn your brain off sometimes.
It's my bread and butter. As far as nerddom goes, I do everything. I've been playing video games since I could hold a controller. I've been watching anime and cartoons for forever. I didn't get into comic books until Ryan started making me read some stuff.
Yeah. Although you got me into some anime, like Oran.
Yeah, I love One Piece Club.
And I discovered my internal love for shoujo and the fact that I am in my heart of hearts a 12-year-old girl.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. We are large, hairy men who love our pretty princess anime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is the power of love, goddammit.
I attend a monthly LARP called Dystopia Rising, where I do dress up as a magical schoolgirl, but in a zombie apocalypse. So I have like a magical schoolgirl hammer and a giant red glitter shield.
And pants. I would hesitate to emphasize. No magical schoolgirl skirt, or at least cover underneath.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to find them in my size. Where I wear shorts and kind of a fishnet vest because it's really really hot where we are.
That is true.
I bet I could find you one by this time next week.
You probably could, and I would probably wear it.
I mean, there are
Awesome.
hopefully most of them have aged into oblivion, but there are photos of me on the internet, so I can't judge.
Yeah, that's me. A weird conglomeration of like nerdy shit that I do. Video games is probably my heavy focus. If I were to pick one, but I love everything else. And here's Gabe.
Yeah.
Have you met
Nice. Nice segue. And I'm done.
And I will also add that Gabe's character in our D&D sessions is chaotic horny.
Listen, sorcerers are charisma based as well.
That's true.
And,
My character is chaotic cult leader, so I'm really not one to judge.
It's true. Every single time.
I never intend to do it, but every damn game.
Every game, you're like, I could start a church here. We're like, right.
It's not my fault. I happened to mention being God incarnate, and they all started worshiping me. It was their idea.
You called it the Church of Save You Guys in particular.
That's just good marketing. I don't know what you're complaining about. So, anyway, sorry to interrupt.
I'm Gabe. My undergrad was in philosophy and history of math and science, so I tend to have some of the... If one of us is going to ask how the chemistry of Wolverine's bones work, it's going to be me.
Yeah. And I'm going to bullshit an answer.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm going to say, ooh, shiny.
Yeah.
Boom. TLDR, that's the podcast. You've heard it. Well done.
Yep.
Yeah, so my education is on that track. I then went to Chinese medical school, learned how to be an acupuncturist, which is pretty cool. Learned some interesting ways of thinking from that particular adventure. And yeah, I'm also the theater kid who, Van was in theater as well. But I did all the way through undergrad and through high school.
I did it for the girls.
You did.
We all went to an all-guy high school, and there were only a few co-ed activities, and theater was one of them.
Yeah. I did theater too. I just was not in the same place as you guys. There were two theater teachers, and I went with the shitty one.
Yeah, that's correct. That is my memory of that as well. But
not that she was bad at teaching theater. She was just a shitty person.
Yeah, she was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it did teach me how to project, which I have used to shout at students quite a lot. So that's a good skill set.
Life skills.
I've had people confuse me for a drill instructor.
They should never hand you that much power.
They really should.
They should never hand you. Start a cult immediately. That's how we get the lodges. That's how lodges happen. You heard it here first. Ryan is Erebus.
Hey. It's not nice to be so truthful.
He's Erebus if Erebus wasn't a dick.
There you go.
So, yeah, also, I deep dive on lore pretty intensely because I hyper-focus stuff. So I've read a lot of Star Wars books, a lot of Warhammer books. I was the one who got these two into D&D. And so getting into the nerdy stuff and just living the nerd is my angle.
And I will add two things. One, I got you into Warhammer, which
you did.
You've thanked me for multiple times.
I have.
And two, I don't know about Van. I don't know if Van has any diagnosis, but the rest of us are definitely neurospicy, and we're pretty sure Van is, because we get along with him way too well.
That would surprise me.
So yeah, we are all hyper-focused on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just, we are all tangentially related, but slightly different.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the crew. We are also currently in a D&D game and are going to be doing some streaming of playing a first run through for these two for Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
The campaign mode, which I'm very excited about because I got it a couple weeks ago and was not able to restrain myself.
And I have the narrative version of our former Mage the Ascension campaign on the YouTube channel, and I'll be starting putting up the the new campaign we're doing, which is Mage 40K, before long. So look for that. But yeah, that's us, and we will have more incredibly nerdy material going forward. Anything else to add, guys?
Enjoy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully. Otherwise, awkward silence. Have a good one, everybody.